go. Here we go. The Taco Town episode 18, guys. Episode 18. Hope you guys are all doing well. This time we're going to talk about, if you guys have seen the movie, the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. Make sure I say his name right.
Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Yeah, see, look, Pack Punch has got her. So, but that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Just our thoughts on the movie, things we like, things we didn't like, things. I have some questions for Pack a Punch and stuff like that because I'm curious.
And I'm here to answer them.
Yes,
as best as I can. I think this might be a long episode, guys. So just sit back and listen. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate every one of y'all for watching our podcast, listening to it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you watching Oldest stream, following us. We just want to really shout out to y'all and shout out to everyone who's watched Dragon Ball Super Broly in the theaters. I really applaud y'all. I know some people can't watch it because it's not in the area, and the leaked version just came out the other day, and I know a lot of people are watching it pirated. But in this day and age, you should try to at least buy some. And it's not with just Dragon Ball Super Broly. You should at least try to buy anything that you really support, like even a $5 kind of thing, like a toy, merch. You know what I'm saying? Or just buy the DVD or the movie when it comes out in April, because it's coming out. It's coming out on April on my birthday month, so it's gonna be nuts. I'm gonna buy that first. Pre-order, automatic buy.
April's gonna be a solid month.
It's gonna be a solid month.
Game
we
of
got
Thrones.
MK. We got Broly. We might probably have more DLC for Dragon Ball Fighters, but that's just speculation.
Well, this other shows in general, like Game of Thrones comes out.
Shit, Game of Thrones.
Avengers Endgame, I think, is that month. So.
Oh, we might have to talk about Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I gotta actually. You know what? I should start watching Game of Thrones. We watching it starting next week. I should start.
But anyways, so. What are your thoughts?
Broly!
I'm curious what your thoughts are, Pack a Punch.
Broly.
What did you think about the movie?
I've been all right. So, I'm a little biased here. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but
man.
Nah, but my thoughts are in the movie. It was I was expecting it surpassed my expectations still a little bit. And I had really high expectations. Lore-wise, it's a little confusing because if you haven't been keeping track of what's been going on with different iterations of Akira Toriyama's what he's drawn, what he's written, and other characters, then you're gonna be a little confused. So I understand why everyone's confused. Geekdom actually has a whole video referring to that. I'm not. I don't get paid by Geekdom, nothing. He just does a perfect way explaining a lot of the differences and actually what happens that's officially written by Akira Toriyama, opposed to what's inspired, and then Akira Toriyama included them in the Dragon Ball series. So we'll get into that in a minute, but my expectations of the movie was really good. I like the lore. They introduced Broly. I'm not saying he was perfect. I do have a little quarrel with him. Plot narrative wise, but I like how he was displayed. I liked how he was the victim of his own ability. And not only that, the film visually astonishing. It was astonishing. It was it's the best Dragon Ball film, the best looking Dragon Ball film. The best. We had Shintani design was amazing. I'm glad Yamamuro didn't work on it. I'm not saying Yamamuro is trash, but I'm saying is Yamamuro, I don't like your look right when it comes to, character design and the way characters look. So Shintani's designs were amazing. The director was amazing. And then, I got a shout out to all the animators. Ken Arto, Yu Takahashi, Shide. There's a lot of Onishi. There's a whole bunch of animators that work on this film that I never thought that would. So I never even thought Ken Arto would work on this film, but he's great in his own right. He does a lot of It does a lot. So it's the best looking Dragon Ball film. Narrative wise, I understand why it's so confusing a little bit. It changed the narrative a little bit. But I think the film in general was solid. Definitely a must watch and a must buy. And to me, and I watched the Boku no Hero movie, this film surpasses that. This film surpasses that. In the sense of, hey, there was, and I understand My Hero Academia, Twin Heroes or Boku no Hero, is Boku no Hero Academia is, it doesn't have crazy fights, all the time. But for me, in this highlight, like they had so many moments in this film, and they made the film feel like really organic and really fun, really fun. And I just like the way Paragus was in this. He was dope. Like I really enjoyed Paragus. I and I really enjoyed the dub voice acting. I listened to the dub first, and then I watched it a little later sub. But dope. What are your thoughts on it, Olgers, from your perspective?
My thoughts. I very much enjoyed the movie. Um, there was like a few things that was like, it like some this what this movie does. I mean, it's a Dragon Ball Z movie or Dragon Ball Super movie, like how most Dragon Ball movies are, But this one's like straightforward. I think it goes right to the. It's a big ass fight. I think this fight, like I would say, it's about 60% fighting, 40% story. I want to say.
I think it's even more.
It might be more. It's a big ass fight.
Let me see. Let me see. I have the movie actually like
It's
upright. So it's
it's
like I think the fight starts at like 30 minutes.
yeah. So this movie's like it's like straightforward. Like it knows what it wants to do right away, pretty much. Like we're gonna have this big ass fight, pretty much. We get a little bit of backstory, which I did enjoy. I thought it was cool, even though like Bardock was a little
The
bit
fight
different.
starts around like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It starts at 30 minutes.
So they changed Bardock like a little bit. He's not as like evil like in the other ones. He's more of a kind of being the good dad in a way. So, but I thought it was cool to see him and Goku's mom. I thought that was really cool to see, and then see the send off, which to me it was like I was like, man, Frieza is such an a-hole, like it just makes Frieza more like hatred towards him because like what he's done, like what this film does, especially at the beginning, you get a little bit more feeling, I feel like, than the other ones, but like this you get to see more like why Frieza is so hated, by especially like Vegeta and Frieza, their relationship, like why he hates Frieza so much. So that was kind of cool to see. I did like that. Like you said, the animation wise was excellent. It was they kind of did like a video game animation a little bit. Like they did a little like switch off, which was interesting to see, but it still fit pretty good. Like I don't know, it was
the CGI.
But like I wouldn't say it takes anything away from it. It's still really good. Like there's some that wasn't like that, but sometimes it was like the Fighter Z game a little bit, that kind of animation there in a way. I don't know, it kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
See, the only thing I didn't like visually about the film, and it's not like I hate it. It's not like it's like I had to actually think about like, okay, let me see, if I had to change anything, like the thing I would have to change is probably the CGI with Goku and Broly fighting in the begin. After Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue and fights Broly, that was good. Like it felt good. That one it's fluid. It didn't seem like it was just straight whole CGI, but you could tell it's CGI, of course.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like really too much was when Gogeta and Broly they fought each other and then they went.
Yeah.
I think when they were in that realm and then they did mostly CGI for that part, I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool, but like I was like, man, I kind of want that world not to be CGI. Because for me, like that was just my personal opinion.
Yeah, because
the Goku one was fine.
Yeah,
I think it's because it's how dark it was. It was a really dark area, so it's like it was very hard to blend 2D objects. I don't even think those were 2D objects in the background. I think they were just 3D, and that's probably why it bothers me a little bit. But that it wasn't like like if I had to pinpoint stuff, like that wasn't even that bad.
No,
To be
it
honest.
wasn't that bad. Like, but you can notice it.
Yeah. It's not
But
like, oh, the fight
yeah,
itself is just choreography wise is just crazy, and you're just like, oh my god, he's doing this. Oh shit, he's fucking kicking
yeah,
him in the face. Oh shit.
they
You're
don't
just,
hold back on the fighting. That's for sure.
yeah.
Uh, it's very very good visuals. Definitely, I agree with you. Probably the best animation of any Dragon Ball movie that we've had, like ever. I don't think there's one that even tops this one by far.
Yeah, like Battle of Gods is like Battle of Gods was really good, but
Yeah,
like
it was. Yeah,
it was, but like visually, this movie blows out the water.
yeah, it
Because
does.
and I'm not hating on Battle of Gods or anything, but like the vision. Okay, the lore of Dragon Battle of Gods was dope. I liked it,
Hmm.
but what this movie did, the thing I hate about I don't hate the thing I have a quorum about Battle of Gods, and looking back on it, it's like a lot of their hair is really stiff. A lot of their like they feel really stiff at times until they get into the Beerus fight and stuff. That's when it becomes very fluid. But like most of the fighting is very stiff to
Yeah,
me. You know, it's not a bad thing or anything. And my thing is like I like I like hair moving. You can see it wave going up and down. Like I like that a lot. That shows attention to detail. And then showing like a lot of emphasizing features. Like yes, like Shide's part on Dragon Battle of Gods when Goku's screaming, "You won't not destroy my world." That's dope. But like sometimes in the other films, it wasn't. It was like it wasn't really like death defying animation. You know,
hmm,
it was just like okay, it's dope. That was cool. It was more of the moment is cooler than the animation. But in this film, the moment and the animation literally were together in sync, and it was just amazing. The teleportation, the way they traveled with the battle was phenomenal.
yeah. They didn't
Like
hold back.
like I literally looked at the fight today and I was like, okay, like when Vegeta when Broly actually goes against Vegeta, right? Throughout that whole fight, you feel like you're traveling with the character. A lot of times when you're watching Dragon Ball, sometimes that does happen. You feel like you're traveling, but this time it really felt like you were going all over the place. The camera was following them, and then you were Broly. You were being a first person a couple times against Vegeta. You were going first person against Goku when he first arrives. That was amazing because that stuff has never been really done in Dragon Ball that much. Not only that, we also had I even forgot where I was going with this, but we also I remember. We also had line work done. So like this is like I believe the first film or the first way like remember when Vegeta uses energy blast to blow up Broly
Hmm.
when he hit the water? Like that was the first time you ever seen like characters go from colorful kind of screen like colorful to like black and white when they're getting hit by the blast. Like that doesn't happen in Dragon Ball, and it's great because they're trying new techniques that a lot of people like from different anime. Mob Psycho does stuff like that.
Yeah,
A lot of animes do stuff like that where it goes from one color and then it fades into black and to emphasize the severity of a blast.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm
yeah. I definitely agree. Um, I did like the comedy. There's not much comedy in this one, but I did like the comedy that they did have
yeah
in this movie. I love the whole reason why Frieza wanted to get the Dragon Balls. I thought that was hilarious. If you guys didn't know, he wanted to wish him to be taller. So I thought that was hilarious. I also
I'm
loved when Goku and Goku needed to buy some time to get to Piccolo, so they brought Brawly to Frieza, and Frieza was like, "Oh shit! Like this is happening." I was
He's like,
laughing my
oh
way.
shit. He's like, oh, he's getting fucking whammed. But
So Frieza's getting pounded on. The only thing that was
yeah,
weird about that scene, though, is when they were trying to do the fusion technique, and it took an hour. So like Frieza got his ass
yeah.
whooped for an hour. It just felt weird. I was like, wait a minute. Like they're like,
Because
oh, a half hour went
it's
by.
funny.
Then another half
Yeah, but
hour
it
went
would have
by.
been.
So I was like, what?
No one's really done the fusion dance and got it right the first.
No, I
Like,
know, but it just felt weird.
yeah.
Like, oh, he was getting beat up for a whole hour. So it just felt a little odd to me.
Then yeah, that was hilarious. But like I forgot where you were going with this, but like Frieza thing was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
What was I was thinking of something. I forgot where I was going. You said it and I forgot what I was saying. That's
Um, I don't know about the Frieza Dragon Ball. His wish.
No,
Or,
the wish. It's like that was interesting because everyone's like, why don't you the Frieza just wish to be immortal? And then he explained, he's like, I don't want to be immortal. Fuck that, bro. I'm gonna
yeah,
have forever. I'm gonna have. I mean, it's torment to be alive forever. And he's like, everyone's like, oh, a lot of people are surprised. A lot of people kind of missed that thing though.
mm-hmm.
A lot of people who caught it though was surprised. It's like, damn, Frieza doesn't want to be immortal. And even Goku noticed that. He's like, yeah, but you can still lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you're immortal, you can still get ass beat if you're immortal.
yeah, it don't matter. um, yeah. So yeah, overall, I mean, I very much enjoyed it. Another curious thing, actually, some questions I was thinking about. I was gonna ask you, where would you put Broly at as power wise? Do you? I
Okay.
don't think he's stronger than Jiren.
Okay. I
That's
don't
where I'm
think so
getting at
either.
right now. So I want to go.
There's more evidence that proves Jiren's strong.
Yeah, I think Jiren's. But they said that. Well, Goku said he might be stronger than Beerus.
Okay. All right.
You know, at the end of the
We
movie.
get into. Yeah.
So now I need. Yeah, I need to get into your details here because you
Okay.
go more into it than I do. So I know.
All right. It's a lot of stuff, but let's start by this. You want to talk? Let's talk about the Beerus first. Like your question.
Yeah.
So Beerus, we have not seen. Nobody has seen Beerus go full power. The world rule number one. No, Goku hasn't fought Beerus since he was in Battle of God, like the Battle of Gods arc. Two. So nobody knows how strong Beerus is.
Yeah.
All we know is this, really. Jiren is above Beerus.
Yeah, that's what I said from.
There's more statements that prove, there's more feats that prove Beerus is above. Jiren is above Beerus, and even Whis is conceding to the fact that Jiren is above gods of destruction,
Mm-hmm.
especially from his own universe. So in that sense, there's a lot of evidence that says Goku doesn't know how strong he is. Not only that, that's really the main thing. We never seen Beerus go 100%. Not only that, Beerus has a crazy amount of techniques. And yes, some techniques. Yes, I know Dragon Ball is all about power. Being more powerful than your opponent. It generally is because most techniques won't work on you if you're more powerful.
Yeah.
But there's cases where power can get you imprisoned for eternity. You remember the Mafuba wave? It doesn't matter how much power you could be, how much stronger you are than an opponent. If you can use the Mafuba wave and trap them in, a little bottle, then you basically win the game. They're gonna live for eternity. So, just to say that out there. But and you want to go into the Jiren thing? Do you have any more comments regarding that Beerus and Broly thing?
No, because at the end, I just remember that he had the little spit scene when Goku said it. So
Yeah,
when he said,
Oh,
you could be stronger than Beerus, because now Goku wants to train with Broly.
you may be stronger than Beerus. He's like, oh yeah, I just want to spar with you. And Broly's like smiled. Yeah, but what's even funnier? When Beerus wasn't even sweating about Broly's power when he was watching Bola.
Which is funny.
So that's also another thing. You think if somebody was more powerful than Beerus, or somebody approaching the power of God's destruction, Beerus would have been like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Or Whis would have said something.
Whis, yeah. That's
Whis would always like Whis as a character. He's like the.
Well, Whis is like stronger than.
He's like the
Beerus.
when it doesn't come to food, and it becomes about when it becomes about abilities and god key and fighting and teachings and martial arts and all that encompasses Dragon Ball almost in general. Whis is basically the teller and the person who speak out of knowledge, out of the information.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, Beerus is Beerus. Oh, he surpassed Beerus. Whis probably would have said something most likely.
Yeah.
Because we even stated a lot of times, so oh my god, Goku has surpassed, Goku has surpassed his limits. He's achieving a power beyond the gods. Ultra Instinct. He stated it a lot. He had no problem stating that, but why couldn't he just state literally when he was watching Broly, oh my god, Broly's actually really powerful. Um, oh my god, I don't know if these boys will be able to handle it. I don't know if Vegeta and Goku can handle it. Or, he's even stronger than Beerus now. You would think, he would have say something like that. So that's a little bit more evidence that points, and Beerus is not sweating at all.
Yeah, yeah, and it's funny how they kept him out of the movie with the
Yeah.
whole babysitting thing was kind of funny. Because, like, let's be honest, because if Beerus was there, Brawly might have just, like, went after him one time, and then Beerus would have got pissed off, and then probably would have fought
And then
him.
Hakkai'd him right then and there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
like
they had to keep him away because Beerus is a hothead, and he would have lost it. So.
And then if we're going to like this really in a versus battle hypothetical thing real quick, the thing is this. Like, if you can imagine Gogeta being, Broly not catching up to Gogeta in Super Saiyan Blue, then almost what chance does he have catching up to Beerus, who is he's a hothead, and yes, he doesn't like to use his full power, but if he's pissed off, he'll Hakai you, and then you won't have the ability to even catch up to him because he'll just Hakai you. And that's a sad thing about it. And I'm not saying Hakai is an automatic, automatic kill, automatic defeat.
Yeah.
But it depends, because you remember Hakai energy depends on, the Haishin, the god of destruction. Some god of destruction is stronger than others. So every Hakai is not treated the same. Every Hakai is not. So, from that perspective.
Yeah.
But thing is, there's more evidence to prove that Beerus is still stronger than Broly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But I was like, I just want to get pack punches. What do you think about it?
There's a lot more evidence that proves Beerus. Like, Broly can be, but there hasn't been really solid evidence. If Goku literally said, he's stronger than Beerus, or he said, oh. And Goku said it's like a might. Oh, he may be stronger. Maybe. Maybe is like, it's not a yes. No. It's a conversation, but it's not a yes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
So and that's just like how strong is Gogeta? Like how, because they didn't go full power. I don't think they went full power.
And this is where it gets a little tricky with everyone and stuff. So, if you don't know already, everyone, the anime and the manga are the movie is canon to both the anime and manga. This is an interesting thing. So, when we're speaking about that, you have to take into account the anime has different power ups, different forms. Also has different scaling as well compared to the manga. So I'll give you an example, literally. So in the Zamasu arc in the manga, they form Vegito. They start beating Zamasu. Of course, had a little trouble and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little trouble and all that. As Vegito, a little bit. It's almost the same thing as the anime. Not the fight scenes, but almost the same thing you could say. But they defused, of course, and in the manga, as we continue the fight. Vegeta realizes, oh, actually, Trunks can heal people because he's a Supreme Kai, not an assistant, but yeah, he's an assistant to a Supreme Kai. Yeah. I forgot the exact term of it, but like Kibito, not Kibito, Kibito, yeah. Yeah, that guy, the red dude with the white hair. Yeah, that guy. So, he can heal people. So what he did is that Kibito, Trunks used that ability to heal Goku because Vegeta said, "I know who's stronger out of both of us, and it's Goku." As we fused, I learned that, and then he healed Goku, and then Goku, he had a trick up his sleeve the whole time. He thought about the technique. So what he did is he withhold, God Ki inside his body, and because of that, he became in a new state, which was called Master Super Saiyan Blue. This Master Super Saiyan Blue was so powerful that it literally closes the gap between Damasu and Goku. And you have to think of this, Vegeta was the only person to match Damasu, right?
Yeah.
Imagine Goku literally was all the way down here. Vegeta was right here. Goku literally came all the way up by learning. He may be, and that's that, and he may be a little higher. He could be I think he's a little bit lower or even mid at the same level. But that the worst case scenario, he's like right here because he was matching the Masu almost blow for blow, and that's crazy because and that's a huge multiplier because Vegito's fusion at the bare minimum is Goku and Vegeta multiplied at the bare minimum, and that's based on the Kaizenshu that came out and back in Dragon Ball Z days. And it could be higher than that because they're rivals and they're Saiyans, and of course they don't have necessarily limits per se, but that's why it could be higher than that. But and that's one aspect of Goku being stronger, and there's a different continuity for Vegeta's transformation later on in the manga as well. He achieves an ascended Super Saiyan Blue that's not called Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, nor looks like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. And there's no Kaioken in the manga as well. So, but you got to remember in the anime, they had Kaioken and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. So, in order for that to be canon to both of the stories, they have to not introduce any of those power ups from those two continuities.
Yeah.
So, it's just following literally the straight and narrow of Super Saiyan Blue. Is we're gonna just use that and not use Kaioken, and we're not gonna use evolution, and we're not gonna use ascended Super Saiyan Blue. We're not gonna use Kaioken. We're not gonna use Master Super Saiyan Blue as well. So that's also that's why the movie is like that in the sense of power.
All right. Yeah, the manga came out before, right? Because Super was.
Yeah, the manga came out before, but the manga is written by Toyotaro.
Okay.
It's not written by the anime is written by Toei and Akira Toriyama.
Okay.
So, and then Akira Toriyama came out with concepts. So it's like I'll give you an example. Like, you remember that Jiren backstory that everyone thought was like bull crap? Yeah. Actually, they wrote that into a concept at the very beginning. It's like if I write, me versus you, and then Toei kind of fills in the middle. Well, after Akira Toriyama makes this real concept and stuff. He can fill it in whatever he wants, But I don't think I'm not sure. I'm not confirming this. I just don't know if he's writing in all of it. I just know Toei plays a part in writing with the staff. And then Akira Toriyama did not create or want he didn't create Dragon Ball. I mean, not Dragon Ball. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, that the power up that came to Vegeta. That was a whole Toei. So that's why I say Toei sometimes gives other people abilities, and it's not directly from Akira Toriyama, per se. But he's very influenced in the Dragon Ball anime. While Toyotaro, his apprentice, I'm not even going to say his apprentice because he's a writer in his own right. Even though a lot of people don't like his writing, he's still his own dude. So Toyotaro, the guy who's doing the Dragon Ball Super manga, is following his own path regarding.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I was curious. But yeah. I had no idea because I never even read the manga. So
because I know that's probably a question you had as well. Like, why didn't they just go Super Saiyan Kaioken times 20? Like, why didn't why didn't they go evolution? It seems like they mastered the ability to in the Tournament of Power,
Now
but a
they
lot of people don't. A lot of people don't read the manga. That's
now they when Goku was it when he was powering up? Was it Goku when he was powering up?
yeah. Oh
There
yeah,
was a
I know what you're talking
split
about.
second of
Okay.
Ultra
Yeah.
Instinct.
Ultra Instinct look.
Yeah. What was that all about? Just
I think that was more of an Easter
just
egg, to be honest
just
with
be
you.
like we
Uh,
throwing it out here.
Oof,
It's like I was
it's
like,
a
or
lot,
was it
but
a
that's why I said this
tease?
podcast might be a little long, guys. That's why, but I'll
Or
explain. I'll say
was
it
it a
again.
tease?
I no
Like
no. Okay. I think. All right.
because he had to like for him to go Ultra Instinct, he had to like do the calm thing. Like he had
Yeah,
to.
and that. Hold on to that thought. Hold on to that thought. But I'm gonna tackle this in your way, the last way, the last point. The first point I'm gonna make is this: as animation, especially in this Dragon Ball film, they played with a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Before they played with colors too. You remember the Broly movie, and then I'm referencing anime AJ's point, and
Yeah.
it's really understandable. If you haven't watched anime AJ's content, go ahead and watch it. It's pretty good. He goes down and break down the animation, and he's really good. You'll learn a lot. But and we don't get paid we ain't get paid for all this. I'm just shouting out people because they actually
Yeah.
taught me how to learn.
Gotta spread the love,
Learn this shit. At the end of the day, we trying to all get smarter and learn what we don't know.
Helping you
But
out.
let me get back to my point. He was stating that, and I believe this as well to a degree. And this is one point. They were playing with a lot of colors. The colors don't necessarily mean it's a transformation. It's just a depiction of like it's a flare up. It's like remember there was even green aura around Goku. There was even yellow aura around Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like why would they be green? I think they were just playing with colors to emphasize how he's transforming and how aggressive he was transforming. Also the same thing with Vegeta. Like, why did he have green hair? I don't think it was a whole transformation in itself necessarily. But that's my subjective view. Not saying that. I'm just saying that's one aspect to take it as because they're playing with colors to transform to emphasize how hard they're transforming, and that's how directors do that sometimes. Now there's another point, and you got to look at it like this. I think it was more of an Easter egg.
Yeah.
I think it was more of an Easter egg, and because it's like everyone's like, oh, but they show the aura. Yes, I understand they showed a little bit of the aura, and during transition, it doesn't feel like that really because it just feels like a
We
big
didn't get the
transformation.
song, man. It's not confirmed. All right.
Yeah, you didn't get the
Yeah.
and then we probably would have been like, oh, he's tap into it or something like that. But let's and I'm gonna get to your point, Oldish. And yes, I believe it was more of an Easter egg because why would you show why would you show
why? It was
that,
pretty close. It was pretty
the color.
close.
Why wouldn't you show that color? But as we see from Ultra Instinct, it's not a form or a state of being or a concept that you get into by forcibly transforming. Like you said, it's a calm. It's more like you're getting into your instincts. You're falling deeper and deeper into your emotions, and you're basically. It's like how Aang was when he was in when he goes to the Avatar state, where he like shuts off. He goes through his chakras.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. I understand, but remember Goku. He goes beyond his emotion, and all he just feels is the instinct and the fight, and he doesn't get to the point where he lets anything cloud his judgment. And it's not a forceful transformation. Even if you can go back and look at it. Remember with Kefla, he didn't forcibly power up to get into the transformation. He was just saying, I just can't, I basically can't go out like this. Same thing with Jiren. Everything's on the line, falling deeper to his emotions. Then he gets into Omen in a calm state. In a calm state. Last moment. Not only that, when he goes Ultra Instinct mastered, he's calm. He absorbs his own heat and he falls deeper he feels deeper and deeper. And then he achieves mastered Ultra Instinct. I don't think that's why I say I don't think that was Ultra Instinct. I think that was just more of an Easter egg.
Yeah. No, I was like,
And
wait a minute.
there's a lot more evidence that proves that it's more of more of
Just
an
throwing it
Easter
in
egg.
there.
Because if you
Yeah.
look at it, even going Ultra Instinct Omen, the one with the black hair, he had to be calm. He didn't forcibly transform into it. It's not like he learned how to tap into it. It's not like and then you're gonna transform into it. If that was the case, Vegeta could do that. it would because Vegeta's a stiff ass dude.
He's just
um,
got anger issues sometimes, you know.
yeah, he got,
Another thing
but
about, but
he
yeah,
loves it.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's like you said, an Easter egg. We're kind of just like kind of teasing the fans a little bit. I don't, it's something like that.
It's like, oh my god, it's Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
because that's not the way he even achieved Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of
Yeah, I
Power.
was gonna
I'm
say,
not
hey,
saying that.
got him.
He,
Where's my
exactly.
spirit bomb? Throw it at me.
And nor like the manga itself. The manga was different. Goku was more about being calm in the manga as well.
Yeah.
But
Um, one thing that was kind of weird or felt weird, probably just felt weird for me was when they were fighting. I was like, where the hell is Bulma at right now? I know where she was, but like, or at least
yeah,
you think where like Weiss is protecting her. Of course, it's got to be, of course. But like, everything was like blowing up. Like the whole freaking place was blowing. I'm like, where the hell is Bulma at? She's barely like in that fight. When they're fighting, they barely show her at all. Like I don't really remember. Let's see. Like it was just weird, and I like that. Well, then they actually split because Brawley actually went after Weiss for a little bit, and
yeah,
Bulma wasn't nowhere
he
near.
went to we.
So I don't know. So that was
That
like,
was funny.
It just felt a little weird because I was like, because in the back of my mind, I'm like, where the hell is Bulma at? Everything's blowing up right now. Frieza's getting his ass whooped, and like things are going bad. And
Yeah, things are just going terrible.
so that was a little. There's just some things that I think were rushed, but it's a movie. Like they only have so much time to
Yeah,
put in, and there's moments that felt a little rushed. But
I actually have a comment in regards to that.
yeah.
Actually, Akira Toriyama has, and similar to Star Wars, movies do have novelization.
Yeah.
And a longer script. Well, a lot of
Oh yeah.
like Star Wars, they go into more detail on certain things. I'm just giving you a good example. And Dragon Ball is coming out with has a
Director's cut.
novelization.
Okay.
And there was a longer script, and they cut a lot of it off.
Yeah.
Cut a lot of it off because, of course, it's time constraints.
Yeah.
You're trying to depict an amazing fight, and yes, it would have been crazy if we had lore, but you can't have the whole movie talk and then just have little fight scenes.
Yeah, and this
that
is
probably
the fourth movie. Like you kind of,
Yeah.
of Broly.
In order to get the fans to in order to get the fans to sell, and buy the tickets and enjoy the whole film and not go to sleep and during the movie, then you got to put a lot of fights.
That's why I was saying it's pretty straightforward. Like it knows what it wants to do, pretty much.
Yeah,
it wants to give you a
like,
badass
hey,
fight.
I know why you came to the movie.
Yeah,
I know why you came to the movie. I know. Also, guys, I have to say this. Regarding Broly, you're like, oh, so Broly was been in concept even before Kale was like being made in the Dragon Ball Super. Before she even appeared, Broly was being thought of. The movie was been in production since last year. Not 2017. I mean, not 20. Where at what year we're at? I'm lost in time. 2019, right?
Yeah, we're 2019.
It was before 2018. Kale's been a concept since before then, So so they've been thinking about putting Broly on the stage. So,
Yeah, and I think as like fans, you kind of want to know like what Broly would be fighting against what Goku and Vegeta's level is at right now. That's what this kind of movie defines a little bit. It's kind of a nice.
And that Broly was written by someone completely too.
Yeah, but I didn't like his like background story. They did it enough, for what they had to do, pretty much for a background story, which it was nice. It was nice to see him as a little kid. I liked another thing I liked that I just remembered. I liked when Vegeta and Raditz was on the planet with their children. I thought that was cool. When
that was hilarious because we just had Raditz say, "Dang, my brother," and we gotta talk. because this is a very but we'll get let's talk about the lore because that 30 minutes of the movie was pretty interesting. And yeah, that was I like that part about Raditz and Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta's like, damn, I'm gonna be king of my own planet.
Yeah.
Fudge, man. And they're like, oh, you have a brother, and he's like, he's alright.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah. Well, I like that, and then That was Nappa, right?
Yeah, that was
I
Nappa.
was gonna say that was Nappa for sure. I was like, it looked like him a lot. That was kind of cool to see. I'm trying to think what else.
And then so let's also talk so let's talk about Goku and Bardock for a quick too.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to clarify with you. I know it's pretty interesting. So first of all, guys, if you haven't watched the film, go watch it. But if you haven't, you just listen to this podcast. We have to also mention this. They didn't make Goku to seem as much of a loser as everyone thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying this in an interesting. So, we had Broly, and the story between Broly, where his power was strong, was higher than the prince's, but it was very fluctuating higher and lower, going up and down based on his mood and emotions as a child. And King Vegeta basically said, "Ah, man, this guy is going to be a threat to me, but he's going to be a threat to my son, and he doesn't want." And it's embarrassing for Saiyan to be above the king's son. It's like, man, screw that child. I'm gonna send him away, and I'm gonna hope he dies.
Yeah.
And that's that's one aspect of it. And also the idea also we had that Broly's power, he can't really control it, and he becomes a danger to himself and the people around him because of it. Maybe if King Vegeta did say something like that in regards to he's gonna be a threat to the universe.
Yeah.
That he got shipped away because of his ability. Now the point I'm making here is this: remember, Goku was also in the everybody who was referencing Kakarot in regards to him being a low level Saiyan, they were referring to him as like he was always being in the it's not the womb, it's being in the pod. He was still in the pod. And this is important because everyone was calling him a low class Saiyan because he was in a pod. And because and what was weird, which was interesting, is that Bardock was like, my son has latent abilities. Huh? Latent abilities? And then the funny thing is it was kind of like saying, hey, my son is gonna do the same thing. He if King Vegeta found out about his latent abilities, he would have get shipped off to a planet and he probably wouldn't survive and die. Mm-hmm. Similar to Broly. So this kind of says this: Goku was always a prodigy, or he had the ability to become strong. Yes, we know that now. We know that later on, but it's more understanding now because it's like, it kind of gives him a little gift. It's like, you get a little help, a little boost of your potential. You have potential. You were never from the ground zero. You had potential. Everyone thought you were crap because you were in a pod, but your dad saw your latent abilities, and he's like, yo, you're gonna be just like Broly. And this is important because Goku's whole narrative in the beginning of Dragon Ball is that he grind from up. And yes, he still did his thing grinding up because he still had to unlock his latent ability and control the way he, how powerful, but I think in the aspect of this, it's like that Gohan thing. Gohan was strong as hell when he hit the hell out of Raditz and his power level was shooting through the roof.
Yeah.
And you're like, that kid's gonna be, maybe not forever, but he's gonna be something. He's gonna play a big role. He's gonna hurt somebody. And now Goku kind of has that kind of leverage. Mm-hmm. So it was pretty interesting that saying Goku was never really a loser from the get go. He wasn't always he was only referenced as a low class Saiyan because he kind of only stayed in the pod.
Yeah, just for that reason.
Just for that reason.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. That was kind of a neat scene too. when
That
he
was
got
a
sent off.
very yeah. When I first watched the movie, I was a very particular. I was like, whoa, oof, that's good.
Yeah.
That I caught that real quick. It's like
um,
Bardock said, what?
so then another interesting thing, or what they talked about at the end there, right? Was it the end or where was it? Where Goku mentions, yeah, no, it was at the end about the other universes that he still wants to get stronger because he's uh very curious about the other universes, as in like where the series might go because they left it open. What are
You
you like?
know,
So like,
yeah,
because what there was four universes that were not in the tournament because
yeah, and
they
they
were
have high
higher. The
mortality rates.
yeah. So there's four universes that we have no idea who could be on those universes. So that could definitely lead in for further plot wise or whatever, you know.
That's something to draw from.
Yeah.
You know,
So and I mean, I don't know. Like it's really curious to see because then like even at the end of Super there where he couldn't go back to Ultra Instinct, so then he's trying to find that way. So I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, are we gonna get back? Is Super gonna
into
come
the
back,
universe.
or like what's, or is it gonna go with a
You know,
different name?
there's gonna be another. There's gonna be more Dragon.
Yeah, I
Sure,
mean there has to. Yeah.
they already said it at Jump Festa that happened earlier this year, I believe. Yeah, or last year. They said there's gonna be more Dragon Ball. They just never gave us really a date for it.
Yeah.
A lot of people regarding Anime AJ and Geekdom, they were actually talking with staff members who are working on who's possibly working on the films. They can't disclose the names, of course, they're gonna be in trouble. But there's been a lot of people been working and been in the works of Dragon Ball Super.
Hmm.
Or Dragon Ball in general, more Dragon Ball. But there's gonna be more Dragon Ball.
Do you think? Do you
Um
think Broly's gonna be in it? Or are they gonna
uh
keep him out? Because
they
now
can
the
they
way
can
that
draw
the
from them
ending,
most definitely.
because the way that, how
No,
it ended.
the only yeah, but yeah, he'll be in it. But we gotta look at it like this: how they're gonna bring him in.
That's what
And
I'm wondering.
I kind of make it in the sense of like he might be like the Sixth Ranger. The if you ever guys watch the Power Rangers or anything like that,
Yeah, like he
that one
comes in. Yeah.
Ranger who's not in the original squad at the beginning, but later on he
Yeah.
comes in and then he's super strong and he's super cool. That's like Broly right now.
Yeah.
Because Broly is like, and they just he's part of he's not really part of the squad at the moment, but he has the ability to. And then if another tournament does happen, or a God of Destruction fight, or some race is very dangerous or gets revived, fights with the Saiyans, and then Broly's right there, and then they're like, oh, we need Broly's help. And then they ask for, it, and then Sheila is like, go ahead, Broly, save them, save the universe. And Broly's like, yeah, I'll save the universe. And then and like stuff like that, or something terrorizes Broly in a sense, and then Broly can't handle it, and then they realize something's wrong with it. I'm just putting in a whole bunch of scenarios that possibly could happen and incorporate Broly into the Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think Broly is there to draw from.
Yeah. I was really curious, like where are we gonna go next in the Dragon Ball
But
universe?
let's worry about what's happening now, because um um Broly. I was talking with my friend the other day, and um and I'm gonna make it. And this is not an attack. This is not. I'm just trying to open people's eyes into how Dragon Ball really. Um, you got to remember this, everyone. Before anything and everything about Dragon Ball, the Saiyans are are aliens that have the ability to adapt and become more powerful throughout battle. And Broly's not the first case where this happened. He's not the first case. No, he's not really the first case when this happens. Humans have the ability to do this as well. So do androids. A lot of people have the ability to do this. Nobody's limited. Just Saiyans seem to do it much faster.
Yeah.
Um,
Not learning
we got
right.
to remember that. And the reason why I'm having this talk right now is because we're definitely going to go into more Broly. And I just want to get further into it. And so at the end of the day, because let's say I'm a, I'm a Saiyan, or just a Saiyan. Because we are Saiyans, we can, if we constantly train, we'll get stronger. We'll get stronger over periods of time. But if we fight somebody better than us, it will make us better because we have something to chase after during battle, after battle. Doesn't matter when. And it's something, it's funny. It's similar to competition with people.
Yeah.
It's very similar to competition with people with sales and jobs, goals and dreams. It's like, I'm going to surpass you. Like, I see the road ahead. I'm going to definitely do it because I seen you do it before and I'm going to be better than you, And, in the sense of like that, that's why it kind of, and anything gets in your way is an obstacle. But, let me get back to the point of Dragon Ball here. So remember, Goku got severely injured. Even in Dragon Ball, he adapted, and then he fought with Tien. He fought with Tien. Tien seemed a little bit more powerful. Goku adapted. Not only that, remember King Piccolo. King Piccolo and Goku. When Goku got hurt by King Piccolo, and then Goku adapted and had an attack that punched King Piccolo through his chest. Despite Goku being really weak at the time, he adapted and became more powerful. And King Piccolo had two hands ready to block his move, and that didn't still do nothing. Yes, Goku may have been stronger, but he was severely injured. Now I'll give you a big example. Let's go Frieza. And let's remember, Goku could barely touch Frieza when Goku was using Kaioken, and Frieza was only using 50% of his strength. Remember that. Not only that, and you have to remember this. If you gotta rewatch Dragon Ball to catch all this, and you have to really think about it. Goku, when he was gathering the Spirit Bomb, he wasn't using Kaioken at all. Guess what? And Goku went Kaioken times 20 and used a Kamehameha on Frieza, and Frieza only just blocked it with one hand. He was like, "Oh my god, I gotta kill this dude." And going into further that, remember Goku was gathering the Spirit Bomb, Frieza was at 50%, and Goku fought Frieza again for a brief moment of time, and was not scarring him per se, but grazing him.
Yeah.
At 50%, where Goku at Kaioken times 10 or 15 at the time, he didn't even touch Frieza. When he was Goku, so during mid battle, Goku caught up to Frieza, and remember this: Goku had no energy. Goku had no energy whatsoever. He was fatigued. It doesn't matter if you have energy. Saiyans can adapt without energy. It's just crazy. Same thing with Gohan. Gohan was severely injured. Gohan didn't even think he could beat Cell. He caught up. A lot of this stuff happens a lot of the times. Remember Goku, a lot of this. Remember, Saiyans at the end of the day have the ability to adapt and become stronger. And Dragon Ball Super did this a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this is because
especially in the tournament.
this is a pass for Broly. Because remember, and it's even more. I think it's more gift giving for Broly in a sense, because Broly's already been talented with power. Broly was 900 power level, like 900 or whatever, stronger than an adult Saiyan that Paragus stole the ship from. Mm-hmm. Stronger than him, and he's a child. He's just an infant. He was literally just born. Well, not born, but he was an infant, 2 years old, 1 year old, max. And he was stronger than a grown man.
Yeah. And
he didn't even know how to master his own power. And you got to remember also this: the scouters they were using were the same. The same scouter that the scientists were using for Broly.
Yeah.
The scan him, they couldn't scan his power level; it went too high.
Yeah.
But when they scanned him when he was at the planet, it was readable. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's nuts. I'm just saying the Broly got a lot of pass, and he has an ability based on that particular gene. And it's same like Gohan. Remember, Gohan learned really quick. He learned really quick to become as strong as Piccolo.
Yeah.
As Piccolo, who literally fought Goku like not two times, but one time, fought Raditz, trained, and then Gohan still caught up to him.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. It's like
even Krillin, man.
It's like
Krillin's been training his whole life.
You know, because a lot of people say Broly's, they just throw in. I'm like, bro, Gohan had the same thing. Gohan had a high Goku didn't know it, but Gohan had a high power level. He had a low thing based on his emotions, similar to Broly. When he's really angry or upset, it gets extremely high.
Yeah.
It gets extremely high, and it's very similar to Gohan. Then once he goes rage mode, Gohan can't really control his self.
Yeah.
He can't, but now later on he could.
They go off of emotions, just like what Frieza
exactly
when Frieza killed Broly's dad. Like,
yeah,
he thought of the Krillin thing. Like, why went Super Saiyan? So they did the same thing with Broly, and then Broly went off his emotion and went rage mode and got even another power up. But he's a Saiyan, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and it makes sense biology wise.
If he wasn't a Saiyan, then okay, that's a little.
Yeah. Then you would have yes, humans can do it, but they don't do it to that effect.
Yeah,
like per se, they have more of abilities.
Kale in them, like when they were in the tournament, they were powering up. They're whole Saiyans. They were powering up almost to Goku's level to challenge him at least, So
exactly, and that's the fun, and that's the whole thing with it. And not only that, they said they're an evolved species of the version of the universe 7 Saiyan, because they don't have tails. Come on, guys, they're different.
Yeah,
you can't judge them on the same right. One universe of me is different from the other universe me right here.
Yeah,
like
the show Fringe. You ever watch Fringe?
I think because the thing is, I just don't want people to think Broly. Oh, it's just plot, dude.
No, all Saiyans are like that.
All science biologically, basic from the Dragon Ball. When Dragon Ball, I'm saying manga. Dragon Ball, when it happened with the Saiyan arc, that happened. And they kind of somewhat teased Goku being from another place.
Yeah.
Because no human on Earth has a tail.
Yeah.
In the World Tournament, no human had a tail that they saw. Despite the weird species they had, talking wolves, talking dogs, all that. They had no tail. And they were like, Goku's weird.
Yeah.
But and I just want to put everyone on the right. Like, Broly's very similar to Gohan. The real big differences between Broly is his ability. It seems like what the film was going for and the way the story was being portrayed by Broly. One, Broly can't control his power.
Yeah.
He can't control his power. Paragus is like, it's a danger. That's why he has the shock collar on him. He can kill. He's a danger to me. He's a danger to everybody around him and all the beings. And, he's a danger to himself because obviously. Yeah. He's a loose cannon.
He's never been able to use his abilities.
Exactly.
His
and
dad's always been there to stop him.
A shitty training partner. Yeah. Well, he's not a shitty training partner. He's just a shitty training partner because he's weak.
Yeah.
Compared to Broly.
So all right, well, we're pretty much at our hour mark. Do you want to grade the film? We've graded some.
Do I want to grade?
Yeah, your grading system.
All right.
What would you give it? I think it's the best DBZ.
I think it's the best Dragon Ball film, man. But anime films in general,
I haven't watched all the films of DBZ, but for the ones I've seen, I think this is the funnest one for sure.
This one,
animation's beautiful.
It definitely made the top.
Yeah,
definitely.
I do like the classic Broly movie too.
It made probably a lot of top people's top 5. You can, the Cooler, the Fusion Reborn, dude, this film, legendary Super Saiyan Broly, you could still put that there, and you still have this Broly movie. Like,
Yeah.
you just had this movie was just too good, like, too good. But as and all the anime films I've watched, at worst, I say like it's A. I say more if it's a solid A. I don't give it A plus. I don't give it an A plus. Studio Ghibli is fucking. Their storytelling is crazy, but also they don't have, crazy fight dragon. Yeah, so I definitely give the film a solid A. I give it its best, A plus. If you're a fan, you're a crazy fan, you love the fights, all that, A plus. Worst, it's an A minus or a B plus, but I think it's A. The film was just visually astonishing, and even if you didn't watch Dragon Ball, you would appreciate fights.
Yeah, the fight. Yeah, the fight's the big thing.
Yeah,
it's most of the film. But it's
Gogeta was clapping, but
yeah.
Gogeta was amazing. I don't think me and saying anything has almost no right. I guess people people were like, oh, why didn't Gogeta kill Broly? Like, oh, why didn't they just have Gogeta kill Broly? I'm like, bro, the movie is called Dragon Ball Super Broly, and why would they just kill off a Saiyan? Like, there's barely any of them left. You can draw more from a character like that, and that can make Goku even better.
Yeah. For me, I'd probably give it a B plus. So that's like a solid B plus. The only thing is like a few things were rushed, but like I said, the film time, they had to fill the film time. I would be really excited to see the extended version or whatever, just to see.
I bet you're hoping for an anime version of this. It's like, yeah, keep all the same animation, just add a whole bunch of
other. Yeah, no, because the animation is gonna be way more because it's a movie. They can do more. They got more time or whatever. But no, I think it's a solid B plus. I really enjoyed it. The fight was really, really good. I think that's, like I said, it's a straightforward movie. It knows what it wants to do. Broly's really, really cool. But yeah, like as a Dragon Ball fan, yeah, it was a great film for a Dragon Ball fan. Like the fight it's one to remember for sure. So I thought they did.
They have old Dragon Ball. Yeah, they have Dragon. This movie reintroduced a lot of people to Dragon Ball Super. One of my coworkers is like, "Oh, I gotta watch the movie, so I gotta watch Dragon Ball Super." I'm like, "Go ahead, have fun."
Yeah. Now as like lore and story wise, that's probably why I tried to B plus. You don't get too much. You get a little bit. You don't get too much. You get some exciting stuff, but But like I said, the film's it's for the fight. Like it's like pay-per-view. Getting ready for Conor McGregor, or like going. But no, it's very enjoyable. It's very enjoyable.
I think the lore, the basics of this whole film was this: Broly can't control his own power. And Goku even offered him to teach him.
Yeah.
To teach him how to learn how to control it. Or he's mentioning something around those lines. And if Broly even had the ability to, understand his power and control it at will, then he'll be a beast, You remember what happened to Kale? What happened to you remember what happened to Kale?
Yeah.
Her mastering her power just made her even much more powerful.
Yeah, Goku teaching her.
Exactly,
So yeah,
and Goku teaching.
I'm really curious to see what they do with the character later on, if when the series comes back or whatever.
Because I felt bad. I felt bad for Broly because it's like I'm like, dang, he just can't stop, and I think that's why he was just attacking anybody he sees.
Yeah.
Because if he really was against, if he really hated Goku and Vegeta, then he would have just not even attacked Frieza. It's like, what? So it seemed like he was a slave to his own power. He was a slave to anybody who was around him that was strong, and that's why he was attacking Whis. He was attacking basically anybody.
Yeah,
it's like he was a berserk. He was a berserk. He just couldn't control himself and just attacked everyone.
Yes. But yeah. So yeah, that's where I got that at. Anything else?
Anything else? Bardock wasn't originally created by Akira Toriyama. If you guys would like to know that first part of the movie with Bardock having not having a bandana, that is from Dragon Ball Minus and Akira Toriyama's work. Originally the special Bardock, the father of Goku, was not ran by Toriyama, but Toriyama did incorporate him into the manga as well and the anime with the bandana. Um, they did confuse a lot of fans, and basically Akira Toriyama retconned that whole thing, even though he was inspired. So don't let that thing bother to you too much. Um, they still mentioned Bardock. All right, I'm gonna hurry this up. They still mentioned Bardock being a destroyer and salvaging planets and doing all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
But him having his conversation with his wife, he's like, I'm tired of destroying and all that blah. And Bardock says the one thing I want to do, and it's similar to the father of Goku, is that I want to save my child.
Yeah. We want to do
or actually he didn't save his child. Technically, father of Goku, the people saved his child, the Saiyan race, by sending him to a different planet. But yeah, that. And the Goku H thing, a lot of people have a problem with that. Where he's a baby, but Akira Toriyama retconned his own story.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
there's no defense for that. All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate you watching this episode. Taco Town.
Yeah, the Taco Town. Hey, I wanted to say thank you guys for listening on the podcast. We just hit over 200 listens, so we really appreciate that. That's really cool to hear. Cool to see, I should say, not hear. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening and tuning in. Appreciate it. You too, YouTube family. Thank you guys as well for tuning in. But yeah, so this is episode 18. Like I said, we recommend that you go watch the movie. I think it's well worth it. Just supporting it, like in general, so we can get hopefully more anime films over here and stuff like that. That'd be really cool. All right. Well, Box has a question, real quick.
All right, let's go.
If you can answer this real quick before we end the podcast.
No, we're good. We're good. I'll answer any question. Go ahead.
So, wasn't Broly a clone in this movie, or how did he come back again? Can you nail it?
No, he was never a clone. So basically, this is not. All right, let me start by this. Every Dragon Ball movie before Battle Gods and all that, they have their own universe. That was stated by because they're written by different writers at the end of the day. And even Akira Toriyama said they're just different worlds. They're different worlds, different timelines, different scenarios. Because a lot of them don't make sense to the actual continuity of the anime itself. That's why they don't line up. This Broly is original, basically canon Broly. This Broly is his own Broly. He was not a clone. He's he's born. He was born born like a regular Saiyan. I don't know how Saiyans are born. Hopefully from their mothers, and he was left in captivity, and not captivity, but he was in the pod. Then King Vegeta's like, ship him out. I don't like this kid. And basically, he's not the same Broly that everybody knew 10 years ago, 20 years ago. This is a whole new Broly with a whole new backstory who has a lot more to offer and to the plot and to his personality.
Yeah. So it's curious to see where he goes. But anyways, now this is the episode 18. So thank you guys. Like you said, you can follow Pack Punch TV on YouTube. Definitely check them out. Definitely. AMVs, more anime topics, news.
Yeah, since I caught up to Kingdom Hearts, I can actually put out content now. Yeah. Yes, guys.
You gotta play Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, no, but I'm not. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that slowly. I like to enjoy the game.
That's what I'm working on right now. That's what we're gonna do right after this podcast. Is we're gonna play some Kingdom Hearts 3 here. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna play some 2.8 and play Dragon Ball FighterZ.
There you go.
Well, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. We had this hour mark because we hit over the hour mark because we love Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I appreciate you guys watching the 200 listens. I really appreciate it. We've been doing this for a long time. We have some new content and new concepts we're thinking of too. Talking about different anime. If you guys have any animes you want us to watch, let us know. We can definitely talk about them. Yes. And or animes that have came out. We can maybe even talk about Naruto maybe we could talk about One Piece. You know what I'm saying?
One
But
Piece.
but guys, like it just depends. You just gotta speak up and say your mind, and if
Yeah.
you don't, we're just gonna keep picking the topic. But that's cool because I really appreciate your time
Yeah.
and y'all listen.
So yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys, just like Back Punch said, if you guys have any ideas of like what animes we should watch or what we should talk about or anything, doesn't even have to be an anime. It could just be like an anime topic. Like it could be like this. Well, we've already done a strongest one, so.
Yeah.
Well, like, it doesn't anything that you can that you think of. I guess. I mean, we have more ideas. It's just I'm just curious what you guys, the community of the Otaku Town, would want to hear us talk about. So, anyways, I appreciate all you guys. So check us out on I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Pack Punches as well. So
TV. I'm always putting out content on IG.
So if you want to give us a message, that's where you do it, Instagram or Twitter. We'll answer you back. So, but anyways, I hope you guys have a great one and see you guys next week for another episode of the Otaku Town.
Otaku Town, and if you like my shirt, you better tell me.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, bye.